a painting to go into cinema?
Well, the camera's easier to work.
How do you mean easier?
You just have to turn on the button.
Isn't there a little more? The eye, the selectivity?
No, because every picture is right.
How do you decide on qualities for a superstar?
Anybody talks a lot.
What's your impression of American youth today? Students that you run into?
The Japanese
No, well, we like it better where the boys and girls can intermingle and change.
Change in what respect? Roles, clothes?
Yes, both.
Not everyone digs underground movies, but those who do can dig them here. One of the most publicized of the underground films is Sleep by pop artist Andy Warhol. Some critics praise it because it is so basic, without distractions. 6.5 hours of a man sleeping, nothing else. And a word with the artist himself, Andy Warhol.
Andy, why is it you're making these films?
Well, it's just easier to do. It's easier to do than painting. Well, because you just, the camera has a motor and you just turn it on and you just walk away. It just takes all by itself.
Is there anything special you're trying to say in these films?
No.
Andy Warhol tries to say nothing and succeeds. Other filmmakers try to say a great deal, but some uninitiated viewers may find them confusing. Either way, it's a long way from Hollywood. Dave Dugan, CBS News, New York.
If you're talking about the Silver Factory, for this East 47th Street, Andy was the center. He was the force. You know, he said he was just there watching, paying the rent, you know, watching everybody else do things. That is again the opposite. He was the suction that everybody came to. He was the light. But he was, and the opposite to me, he was very brilliant. But he knew how to do, you know, just take it all. You know, you could almost look upon him. He was very zen.
The thing that I do like that you're allowing me to do in terms of the Silver Factory, Warhol and Associates is to show that it didn't come from nowhere. That Andy was really integrated into the New York culture, the artistic avant-garde, the traditional artists of total authenticity. He was part of that. Just simply because Andy was a commercial artist previous to becoming famous doesn't mean that simultaneously with that he wasn't interacting with the New York avant-garde art culture. He was. So the focus was either Undine, Edie Sedgwick, Nico, Alan Midget, his superstars, because within the realm of just filming the world, it's beautiful, but it's still like a still life, a pastoral.
Well, someone would come to the factory, and Andy had a Bolex, which Charles Henry Ford and I helped him pick out back in June of '63 at Peerless Camera. So the camera was there on the tripod, and basically Billy would set up the lights, and you know, we'd ask this person, friend, or even strangers to sit down and have his or her screen test done. Basically, it was just a film portrait.
When you did that first screen test, Andy was there.
Yeah, there, all the way, over there. I mean, what they did is Gerard said, you do a screen test. And so Andy goes,
See, in Andy's cinema, there were several stages. First, the silent, his camera gazes, looks, and for a long time, sleep, haircut, mushroom, eat. Then a period where he was sound, he went into sound, the scripts came in, and then, of course, they became more and more complex until after the Chelsea Journals, especially because some producers approached and they thought that he could maybe he's ready for something that could play for wider audiences across the country.
Andy imitated Jack Smith. Andy's way of delivery and conversation was Jack Smith's way, and Jack Smith hated him.
Why do you think Andy wanted to imitate him?
Because it was such a perfect way. A lot of people talk like him today. Oh, well, gee, I don't know. Gosh. Oh.
Objective. Oh yeah, I remember actually we did a movie called Kiss. We had to kiss and kiss and kiss and kiss for 15 minutes. And I said to Andy, who am I supposed to kiss? I was supposed to kiss a young man that wasn't there. So Andy said, anyone. I mean, there was a dog in the room, anyone.
Who knows? But Andy, see, his technique, he taught me. His technique was put the camera on someone, walk away, just say argue, and then they have no inhibitions with someone standing and right there. They just really fight. I mean, I did one movie with Dennis Deegan like that. I mean, we were tearing at one another, ripping clothing, pulling necklaces, and all he said was, have a fight.
I, exchanged telephone numbers with Andy, and one day he called me and he said, Alan, I'm here with Mary Warnoff and Ultraviolet and Ivy Nicholson and Rod LaRod, and we got a limo, and we're going to go stay at Henry McElhenney's house in Rittenhouse Square and make a movie, and I thought maybe you'd want to go.
Thank you, Taylor. I want to keep that.
My metaphor.
Could we go back to your screen test?
Screen test. Screen test.
How did you
I had no idea I did a screen test with him. I guess I did a great many, 10 movies at least. But with Andy, it was also easy. It was also, you just wandered in and sat down, and sometimes Andy would walk away from the camera and he did 2 hours of my ass. I have the most famous ass in the world.
As a way of dealing with this was he brought in Paul Morrissey, who was technically a useful man in the film business, and was also, you know, in many ways, very talented and intelligent guy with a great sense of humor, and that fit very well into the factory.
How did you first become affiliated with Andy?
After I saw I Am Man, I went up to Andy and demanded to be in the next movie.